Today's top story involves some cooking of some chicken, the 2K servers denying me and continually booting me from the game when I would try to complete and redeem the new demigod point cheese set reward diamond LUKA DONCIC. Oh, and yeah, the loudest damn smoke alarm going off while I'm trying to do all this. I don't even know who else was in this set. Oh, Duncan Robinson. There we go. We got him. Reminding the other set. Oh shit! What? Okay. So I almost burnt the house down. I put some chicken on to simmer. Came up here, and yeah, if 2K just put the Evo requirements on this Tyler Herro, it wouldn't have happened. But man, I burnt the chicken. Smoke alarms are going off. Holy shit! Now that I got your attention. Hey. Flip your phone back sideways, quit scrolling for other videos, and let's talk about how I damn near burned down my house trying to get these cards. And now, a quick word from my sponsors.
For cheap and reliable NBA 2K20 MT coins and Madden MUT coins, hit up dvdj.com and use the code word CRUISE for 10% discount at checkout.
What's up, guys? Carson Cruz, and this video is made possible by my home smoke alarms. Good news is they work, and besides the house smelling like smoke for a few hours this afternoon, we're all good. It's reassuring to know that if our home ever caught fire in the middle of the night, these bad boy smoke detectors are loud enough to wake up not just us, but the families living across the street as well. Crisis averted, thank God. Time to talk some cards. Moments of the Week Series 2 is something I'm very proud of for 2K. I know with us getting a set of moments cards each Monday, this will mean there won't be as many random drops during the week, but that's okay with me. Save the random daily drops for the truly undeniable greatest moments or performances of the night before. I'm not gonna lie, I was nervous as hell all day yesterday until I saw that Week 2 Moments of the Week collection pop up. Week 1 was a huge W that I believe the entire Myteam community was on the same page about. So we all had high hopes after Week 1 for Week 2, and most probably said a couple prayers over the last few days that this wasn't just another one-hit wonder, but that 2K would realize that consistently dropping a 10 cards moment set last week and bring them back this week and every week to follow this NBA season will be a huge hit within the Myteam community. We all know in the past we've been let down by new content when it drops, what drops, or wondering why it didn't drop because we were told or felt like this was a consistent day and time it would drop or it had dropped in the past. A lot of woulda, shoulda, coulda, but let's keep moving forward. But wait, let's look back first at why 2K made us feel this way. I can remember several times last year but when we got moments content drops and they weren't big names or high tier cards, the community would consistently spam L in the comments of any 2K, Myteam, or Ronnie2K tweet that day. I know that nonsense happens all the time on any post they do on Twitter, even if they're just giving us free shit. But it's the misled promises, inconsistencies with what they say and do, as well as 2K seemingly always looking out for their number one asset, that would be us spending VC, first, that has the community stuck continually reacting negatively to anything 2K says or does, even if what they are trying to do is something positive for us. This week's Moments of the Week, hopefully a weekly set we can rely on every Monday afternoon, feels totally different. The Moments of the Week got us excited last week about an emerald that goes to Ruby, and we all fell in love with the 2 Sapphire rookie cards that can hold their own with any card at the same position. Last thing before I get into the cards and show you how this new LUKA DONCIC Diamond was totally worth locking in and how I damn near had a 20-10 game, that's 20 assists and 10 points, from the small forward position in a Myteam Unlimited game. I want to convey a message to my subscribers and any member of the 2K community or development team that happens to watch this. A promise on my part to lead as many 2K community members that want to follow a way out of the darkness. A movement into being positive about the game, helpful to and for everyone, while sharing my journey as a 2K YouTuber on all that. I want to be a positive role model. I want to create change in the community for a better future with this game, and hopefully this will lead to some to remove the negativity we watch and read about every single day. And then maybe we'll start seeing and watching those I affect with my message on YouTube daily, improve the culture of 2K in general. We all share a love of basketball and an addiction to this goddamn game. I'm going to be different from the rest of the YouTubers that you might sub to here or follow on Twitter. My content will, going forward, remain 100% positive about 2K, Myteam, and the game in general. I'm trying to make a living out of this. I've mostly fell into the trap of being a follower since joining the Myteam community. If so-and-so big-time YouTuber is bashing 2K or making jokes about the game sucking, I just thought I should probably do the same. It's because it's all I ever see on Twitter. How I came to this epiphany was I got really frustrated about 10 days ago. That was the day the Lights Out packs dropped. For the first time in a long time, I didn't touch my Xbox from Friday afternoon until Monday morning. I didn't know if I would ever touch it again. I had some time to reflect. It wasn't the game. It was just all the negativity and bullshit surrounding it that was getting to me. I'm back now, recovered, and ready to create a movement within the 2K community. No more bitching on Twitter or YouTube videos about a game. I wake up every morning and have total control over the decision of whether or not I'm going to play it. The next statement goes for me as well. If you don't like the game, the content they drop, or the way other people play it, here's a solution for you. You should quit. And when you quit, get away. Stop talking about how bad it is or commenting L on everything related to the game. If you feel so passionate as to publicly bash the game and say you're never playing it again, you're just lying to yourself. You want the game to be better as well so you can come back. Improving the game and the buzz that surrounds it starts with the mindset of the community. Flip the switch, or just keep your negativity away from the rest of us. All we would like to do is just play some basketball and enjoy the game that we got. I love this game. I love basketball, and I love talking about my team, the cards, the game, and everything so that I can be helpful to people here on YouTube. Yes, I know the changes within the gameplay and the majority of the content went from online to offline was a huge adjustment, but this change is inevitable, and as players of the game, it is out of our control. If you would like a positive perspective on what's new in Myteam each day and how to best use or play with, enjoy Evo Master, or beat the new content we get from this point on without hearing all the negatives or things that don't go my way as a YouTuber each game, then I ask you to hit the subscribe button. Now for the good shit. We got Moments of the Week, week 2 yesterday. Let's go through the cards and see which ones are worth using, and if it's worth locking in this set or not. I woke up this morning excited to hop on the game. It felt like Christmas Eve, and I knew at some point today we were going to be getting something we've been hoping and wishing for since last Monday when they surprisingly fired us a set of the best moments card from the previous week in the NBA. Not long after the timers expired yesterday afternoon for week 1 moments cards, we saw a whole new set of hidden gems to overpowered amethyst that I could not wait to get my hands on. The set reward, a diamond Luka Doncic. I know. At first we were like, but we already got one of those. Here we go again. 2K recycling content already in November when we got thousands of players that don't have a card or higher tiered card in the game yet. More on the LUKA card in a minute. Back again, week 2 moments features 10 all new cards from Emerald up to Amethyst, and man, if y'all didn't think 2K is trying to listen to the community on the content they create for us, then you must not have seen this bad boy beast yet. Boom! Evo Tyler Herro is here, and I know, greedy thoughts are about to kick into your head as we start to peek into his Evo requirements and the boost that he gets because he goes all the way up to Ruby. But remember, the movement you and I are on right now together when you engaged in this video that I posted here on YouTube is for me to figure out which cards are good or right for you from the content that 2K provides us with. And from that, we'll learn how to get the best possible results from each of the cards we choose to play with. Mr. Superhero, first of all, is a super easy Evo or upgrade from Sapphire to Ruby. In order to save time, I sold my Sapphire for 8,500 MT and bought the Ruby for 12k MT. This is the easiest way to Evo this card. Don't let anyone fool you. But if you can't do it that way, the card comes with a nice 3-ball off the start. All the best gold shooting badges, including range extender and quick draw, to make scoring that 58 points, hitting 8 threes, and dropping 12 assists with him in just one game pretty simple. Dude has truly elevated his status as a player to watch from this year's rookie class and has become quite the fan favorite so quickly that I hope he continues to grow into a star in this league for years to come. Tyler's release is quick and super easy to time and green and game. He gets some killer boosts once a Ruby that I feel like are worth sharing. Up front, I put gold shoes on almost every card I use. So if my stats don't match up with what you thought, heard, or whatever, add +3 for a shoe and +4 or 5 to the coach. I use Kerr most of the time, and that math should check out. Tyler's Ruby is a straight up sharpshooter with some great stats as well in the playmaking category. His 3-ball and mid are bumped to the mid 90s after Evo. Ball handling is up to 86 with mid 80s on passing. One of the best things about this card is that even though only a Ruby and sharpshooter to say the least, most defensive stats after Evo are boosted to mid 80s and his speed goes up in all 3 slots to 79. This is a very fun card to use and will pair very well with that Hall of Fame dimer on today's reward card. The Emeralds today are 3 guys I knew little to nothing about, and none of them are Evos, so they're probably not going to be used much except to introduce them to the community and for collection. In case they continue their streak of playing well throughout the 2020 NBA season, let me talk a little bit about these guys. Rashawn Holmes is a rim protecting big with some nice post and standing dunks. Duncan Robinson, a stretch 4 sharpshooter with a 90+ 3-ball that can also play the small forward position. And lastly, a guy who went off again last night, Eric Paschal is one of the dudes that's been thrown into the limelight unexpectedly during the recent demise of the Golden State Warrior dynasty. At least that is until next season, and if Clay and Steph both return to Golden State after sitting out the season with injuries. Eric is a slasher with the possibility of pulling off some very heavy contact dunks. Included in today's content drop are 2 centers you have to check out. Wendell Carter is an 85 on offense and 83 on defense. He's a 6'10 big man with some good post stats at 85. He has a 97 mid and a serviceable 68 3-ball. I usually don't shoot threes with my bigs that much, or even do it well if I do shoot with them and they have a high rating. I just put my Amethyst Rayful France on the auction house last night. I think at one time with Coach Boost and a 3-point shoe, my Wraith had a 98 3-ball, and I still just couldn't time his release or feel like I could make anything. So if the shots don't fall, we just gotta quit bitching. And also, you must ignore the DBG voice in the back of your head that's repeatedly stating that Rafe LaFrance Evo's up to Amethyst and is an A or S tier center, one of the top 5 centers in the game. I agree with him. For DBG, he plays like a top 5 center in the game. But if me or you don't play well with the card, we don't have to hate on DBG or hate him for it. We can just sell them and collect our MT as a reward and wait for the next big man with a wet release and a 90+ 3 ball to try out. Wendell Carter probably won't make too many guys lineups because of the following fellow Smurf card that dropped with him today. Meet Aron Baynes. Aron is an Australian-born professional basketball player and is 32 years old. Aron played his college ball at Washington State and went undrafted in the 2009 draft. So he decided to go across the pond and played a couple years in the EuroLeague before getting scooped up in the summer of 2013 by the San Antonio Spurs. That next season, Aron won an NBA championship with the Spurs, which helped elevate his stock and get him signed by the team he is most notable from, the Boston Celtics. After a few years in Boston, Aron is with the Phoenix Suns now and having a great start to the season. Aron is a tough, low-post rebounder and defender. I played 2 games with him so far and grabbed 19 and 22 boards. Though this card had no trouble grabbing 19 rebounds in an offline moments challenge versus Sapphire Clint Capella, it was his performance in Unlimited against Amethyst Hakeem Olajuwon, pulling down 22 rebounds, getting 5 assists, and scoring 11 points while going 3 for 3 from deep, which is what made me think twice that he might be the biggest hidden gem of the day. And for this reason is why I felt so good about selling my Evo Rafe the Beast LaFrance, Ralph Sampson, as my son calls him. I'm not sure where he's getting that and why he keeps calling that, but it's funny. Aron has a nice rebounding and defensive stats that are more comparable to most Amethyst or Ruby big men in the game, rather than the Sapphire tier his card was labeled with. He has a 95 strength and an 84 3 ball. I believe mine had a 92 with coach and shoes. Aron comes with 5 nice finishing badges, 5 shooting badges including gold quick draw, and all the necessary big man defensive and rebounding gold badges to battle down low with the best big man in my team. I know all this sounds great. There are lots of cards that stats and OP badges look cool on paper. But the best part about this card is the animations in his build. Excuse me. Aron has some of the best post-fade and hook animations available to big men in my team. He gets great separation off of them, and all those ratings are kind of low for a big with a soft touch. It's very easy to hit them and even get some greens. Although Aron will be considered undersized for a center at 6'10" and just brushed under the rug on most players in my team, he weighs in at 260 pounds with 95 strength. I don't know how 2K decides builds for players, but the build they chose for Aron feels more like 7 foot, and he's thick like Shaq, so contrary to popular belief, his 6'10" build actually doesn't play like an undersized center. Lastly, before we move on to today's 2 highest tiers of cards and the reward for completing week 2, Aron has a money release. Let me preface the next fact with, there are thousands of releases in 2K. Some look very similar. I'm not always right. Aron has base 11, and that release combined with gold quick draw and flexible release is truly, seriously, truly a top 5 release in my team. Not just for bigs, but the entire game. Remember earlier when I told you I was moving on from Rafe, even though I watched DBG tear it up with them? I wanted to do this so I could have some MT for the next shooting big man that can compete in the post as well. Well, my Rafe sold for 67k MT last night, and I only paid 1500 MT for Aron. So if he continues the 10 points and 20 rebounds a night pace, I think I just made a smart play to ensure that I'm continually stocking up MT and selling the cards that aren't doing well for me. When pink diamonds start to drop, I'm going to have MT, and they're going to be dropping more regularly as the holiday season nears. Go try out this Aron Baynes card. I'm sure his price will go up from 1500 MT at some point, but either way, it's 1500 MT. I doubt you will really regret it. 2 of the newest additions to the 76ers attempt to battle their way through the Eastern Conference to the NBA Finals for the next few years are Ruby, Al Horford, and Tobias Harris. Both of these cards feature two position options. Big Al is a power forward and center, with Toby open to play small forward and power forward. I haven't had much time with either of these cards, so I'll keep it short so we can get to the goods. 2K20 Central says that Al is very similar to Diamond Token Paul Gasol, Sapphire Wendell Carter that we talked about earlier, Amy AD, and Amy David Robinson. I shot around with Tobias Harris a little bit. He has gold quick draw, so I can confirm his release is nice. That's about all it takes this year for a card to shoot well, is have gold quick draw and decent stats, right? Toby rocks an 88 3 ball with 72 ball control, which allows for his player to dribble with low-level speed boosting animations. With a 79 speed, he's just as fast as most small forwards and will play quicker than most power forwards if you use him as a stretch four. He doesn't have range extender, but comes equipped with 13 gold shooting badges to keep those full whites from bricking on the regular. And the most shocking news about this Toby Ruby card is when I click on most similar cards to his in 2K20 Central, some of his closest comparable cards in my team are Pink Diamond Collector Level Jalen Rose. This is a card you'll start seeing a lot more often in the next month or two as the mode's top collectors are nearing enough cards available in the game to reach that collection reward. I've always wanted a Pink Diamond Jalen Rose myself. I was a huge 5'5" Michigan fan growing up. Him and C-Webb were so nasty in college. They were innovators, rock stars of basketball, more popular at the time than most NBA players in the league not named Jordan. They changed the style and culture for the future of basketball and were important pieces for 6'8" plus guys expecting to have guard-like shooting and playmaking abilities. Other notable closely cloned cards from this archetype are Amy Mello, Amy Jason Tatum, Diamond Glenn Rice, Amy Brandon Ingram from last week, and the Amethyst token Rudy Gay. That's some pretty nice company to keep for some similar cards. So if this holds true, you know I'm going to get a video for you guys showcasing this card and its abilities. The set toppers of week 2 are two young guys that have shown glimpses early in their careers of possible greatness. They're in a position in this season to not only be leaders for their team, but to possibly make the All-Star team for the first time. Malcolm Brogdon Moments was a card that I'd hoped for all season long last year. He never got one. Malcolm fits the mold of every 2K player's ideal point guard. 6'5 plus, elite playmaking, good dunking, 88 perimeter on defense and lat quick, as well as a 99 3 ball with coach and shoot. Y'all remember the Amy Shea Gilgeous we got last week, right? Top 3 to 4 point guards so far this year. Well, we just got another Amethyst point guard that will compete with Shea for starting spots at the 1 on any God squad, no matter how many diamond or pink diamond point guards you have. Malcolm's badges include 4 gold finishing badges, 1 Hall of Fame shooting badge, catch and shoot, with 11 gold badges to go along with it, including quick draw and range extender. Malcolm has gold dimer and floor general, and has 5 more gold and 1 more silver playmaking badge. He also comes with gold trapper and pick dodger with good stats on D and a big physical build that will work great to stop your opponents from rim running all game. Just like last week, our second Amethyst is a small forward, power forward, and it's Jason Tatum. If you played 2K over the last few years, you know that once we get a ruby or above Jason Tatum, he immediately becomes one of the community's most used cards, as well as a realistic threat to play better than most similar position diamonds and pink diamonds in the game. My first example of this is when I started 2K. Ruby Tatum from that promo in the spring of 2K18. You'd see teams with all other cards being diamond and pink diamond running this card because he rarely missed an open shot. This Amy Tatum doesn't disappoint either. Like that Ruby that seemed to never miss in the fourth quarter of a close, sweaty game of Supermax, Today's card has Hall of Fame volume shooter, so the more times you pull the trigger with this card in the game, the better he's going to shoot in the fourth quarter. I saw a lot of comments and feedback that they ruined Tatum's release on the Sapphire. It was so slow. No worries, this Tatum's release is different, but comes with quick draw and has one of the quickest releases yet in my team. I'll be posting a video or gameplay on both these amethysts tomorrow, as well as a gameplay for the Diamond, LUKA, DONCIC, and then maybe one using some of the lower cards in a budget squad. You've seen LUKA shooting here in freestyle now, and I'm not going to go deep into breaking down the card on this video. I want you to be intrigued as to what I have to say about the card and how to use them, and if it's worth locking in the MT on the gameplay I do for LUKA. If the rest of the set is too budgety for you, you're a tier snob guy, and only use diamonds or above and think I'll just buy that diamond prime card for cheap as hell, and it's pretty much the same. I can tell you, there's no comparison between these two cards. If you don't know what it feels like to drop 20 assists with your small forward in a sweaty ass game of Unlimited versus Cheeser, then I invite you to hit that sub button right now. Turn on your post notifications. I promise you this, my LUKA video will be informative, educational, and entertaining. I'll catch up with y'all tomorrow. This has been Carson Cruz. Thanks for watching. Peace.